So some time ago I played a game called Montaro that cost $1. It amused me for an hour or so, and then I made a video. Then I found out there was a pseudo sequel slash remake slash upgrade of sorts called Montaro RE, which is a recent release and also cost about $1. And it also amused me enough for me to make a video, which is what you're watching right now, and so let's begin. Much like in Montaro, this RE edition places you in control of a little pervert doggy named Montaro, who will run along these randomly generated streets, collecting doggy coins and little girls' pantsuits while avoiding hazards such as flying birds, open manholes, and solid crates, among other things. You may also want to avoid crashing into stray birds and chickens because they will retaliate and kill you. You may also consider slipping on banana peels to propel you into the air, which will cause you to perform the devastating cartwheel attack that is deadly to birds. Haven't lost anyone yet. Okay. As in the previous game, you collect doggy coins to unlock various costumes, which can change your overall appearance and nothing else. But there's no pantsu meter like before, so there's no benefit to getting more pantsu from underage girls other than for points. Without a pantsu meter, slipping on banana peels does momentarily stun you, as will stepping on stray cats. Generally, there are slight tweaks and changes from the original version, but for the most part the general idea remains the same, as does the gameplay. Much like the previous game, Montaro RE only has one control function: jumping. Done by either clicking on the window with your mouse cursor or pressing the spacebar on your keyboard, both of which work equally fine and are equally responsive, so it doesn't really matter. You could even use a gamepad if you wish, though for a game like this that's kinda pointless. You're just jumping, you jump some more, you jump even more after that. At least the game gives you different varieties of input methods, so you could go either way. In terms of the gameplay, Montaro RE is pretty much the same game as before, only with new level design, some more underage girls, some more variations of pantsu for the doggy to snag, and even more deadly hazards. This version has more customizable options such as screen resolutions and things of that nature, stuff that has been lacking in the previous game. But other than that, you're still telling the little doggy to jump when appropriate, and then sometimes when not. As previously mentioned, Montaro RE has some display options for you, such as window resolution size, graphical quality, and even the option to play either windowed or full screen, stuff you didn't have in the original release. So you don't have to play it on a tiny window like you did the original version, which is a good thing. Although, for a game like this, I don't think it really matters, but in any event, RE is a somewhat simple looking pixel game with a nice looking little doggy, some fine background artwork that has seen somewhat of an upgrade from the previous version, some more smooth scrolling, and multitudes of young ladies in either walking, standing, or kneeling positions, as well as a variety of different pantsu for you to snag, you sick pervert dog you. It's a generally nicer looking game with slightly more background detail and stuff, but I don't know, your mileage may vary in this regard. Montaro RE has a couple tunes that play in the background at random, mostly variations of the one melody, and mostly variations recycled from the previous game, which is fun because they're a rather catchy, soothing collection of merry melodies that go along nicely with the colorful scrolling visuals of the game. And there's a couple new ones in there as well. Sound effects are okay, stock stuff, some animal sounds here and there, nothing really special, but they're fine. Overall, Montaro RE is much like its predecessor, a rather simplistic, somewhat pointless, but otherwise harmless and quite frankly sometimes soothing little game. The kind of game that is best served being played in short bursts rather than long marathon sessions. Generally speaking, this is a more refined version of the original Montaro game, with some more display options and some slight tweaks in the gameplay. But are they really enough to justify parting with your $1 if you already have the original game? That's entirely up to you, but hey, there are worse things to spend $1 on, and Montaro RE is better than most, if only for the occasional 10 to 20 minute quickie session.